Hey, Dr. Juice here. You know, walleye season is just heating up. So we've got some walleye tips from noted walleye angler Jacob Tout. He's also the CEO of Osmic Research and Dr. Juice USA. Well, let's get going.
Hey, thanks, Dr. Juice. Now, as walleye season's starting to ramp up, we're up here on the upper St. Louis River in Minnesota, and I'd like to bring you a couple of tips that I personally use while I walleye fish. Now, there's 3 times of the year that I'd like to talk about. It's pre-spawn, spawning, and post-spawn. Now, the techniques for pre-spawn and post-spawn are pretty much the same, so you can use them for both. Now, pre-spawn, the fish are still deep. They're down in the channels of the river if you're fishing in a river, or deep holes of the lake. Now, how I like to get those is jigging. Now, you'll want to use about 1/4 to a 3/8 ounce short shaft jig with a shiner attached to it. Another technique that I like to use is trolling. Now, trolling for walleye, I like to travel at about 1.5 miles to 2.5 miles per hour. And one of my favorite rigs to use is a spin and glow. Now, I attach this to maybe a 2 to 3 foot leader and have a bead at the end and have a hook, and just attach your leech right to the hook. Now, above your leader, you're going to want to put, again, about 1/4 ounce to a 3/8 ounce slip sinker. Now, as you're trolling down the river, you want to feel that slip sinker bounce off the bottom. And I troll in and out of the channel because those walleyes are hanging right underneath the channel. So you can feel that slip sinker bouncing until you get to the deep part of the channel. You won't feel it anymore. Bring yourself back up to the shallows and troll that. Now, just like the spin and glow, you also have your crawler harness. Now, that's on another 3 to 4 foot leader, and it has a blade, a couple of beads, and either 1, 2, or 3 hooks that you can hook your crawler onto. It's the same technique, using it, trolling on the bottom, and bouncing from in and out of the channel. Now, as the water temperature starts to rise, those walleyes are going to go from the deeper areas and they're going to move up into the shallow areas. You want to look for riprap shores, gravel. Those are where the walleyes like to spawn. You can take some smaller stick baits or crank baits, cast those up into the areas, and still have a chance to get that big walleye. Now, once these walleyes start to spawn, it's virtually impossible to catch them. But don't worry, once they're done spawning, they'll start to bite again, unless you want to try some sex pheromones on them. That's why at Osmic Research Labs, we developed the Dr. Juice walleye scent that does have the sex pheromone in them that excites them, enables you to catch them during the spawn and any other time during the year. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Juice TV. I hope you enjoyed the tips and tricks for walleye fishing that I personally use, and please tune in again.